Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on basics of human nature. Let's start with the definition. Human skills refer to the ability to work with, understand, and motivate other people both individually and in groups. Individual differences. Individual differences may be described as those differences that distinguish one person from another and make a person unique. Individual differences are of two types. First, inter-individual differences, which are differences in terms of characteristics among various individuals. Example, differences among persons in terms of attitude, physical features, intelligence, personality, and so on. Next, intra-individual differences, that is, differences in the various characteristics of the same person. Example, a person may be a good singer but may not do well academically. Moving further, let's look at the types of inter-individual differences. First, physical differences. Physical features such as color, skin, height, weight, and eye color. And also fingerprints and physical development. Next, differences in intelligence. Intelligence is an individual's ability to learn and implement the learned knowledge. It is associated with the use of one's mental faculties. Based on their level of intelligence, people are classified into different categories. For example, superior, above average, average, and dull. Third, differences in aptitudes. Aptitudes is the ability to learn a skill or gain knowledge through training. It refers to an individual's potential to learn a certain skill. Fourth, differences in interest. Interest refers to a liking for something. Different people may have different interests. Different individuals may have similar interests as well, but their level of interest may vary. Fifth, differences in abilities. Abilities refers to what a person can do and their potential for learning to do other things in the future. The extent of people's abilities differ. Moving on to the sixth, differences in personality. Personality is the amalgamation of all behavioral, temperamental, emotional, and mental traits that define an individual. Individuals have differing personalities. For example, some people are extroverts, whereas others are introverts. And finally, differences in achievements. Achievements refers to an individual's accomplishments in life. Individuals who achieve higher than, lower than as much as their potential are called as high achievers, low achievers, or normal achievers, respectively. Now moving on to the factors affecting individual differences. First, organizational factor, which includes facilities, reward system, and leadership stage. Next, environmental factors, which includes the economic environment, change in technology, political environment, and cultural environment. Next, personal factors, which include age, marital status, gender, education, abilities, and experience. And finally, psychological factor, which includes personality, attitudes, value, learning, and thinking. Now let's look at each one of them briefly. First, environmental factors. These are external factors that influence an individual's behavior, which include, first, economic environment, which includes employment opportunities, wage rates, and general economic condition. Second, cultural environment, which includes value and beliefs, attitudes and behaviors, and preferences. And third, technological changes, which includes when employees are unable to cope with new technology, they face job dissatisfaction and possibly change their job. Fourth, political environment. In a politically stable environment, job satisfaction is higher and a greater number of quality employment opportunities is available. Moving on to the personal factors. They are an individual's personal characteristics. First, age. It influences a person's performance, absenteeism, productivity, satisfaction, and turnover. Next, gender. It may affect a person's behavior or skills in addition to influencing absenteeism and turnover. Third, ability. If a person has the abilities required to perform a job, the person's performance increases, resulting in job satisfaction. Fourth, education. An individual's level of education affects their expectations from the job. Fifth, experience. The greater a person's experience in a given field, the better is their performance in a job in that field. And finally, marital status. Married employees seek steady jobs and stable continuous income. Moving on to the third, psychological factors. These include the mental features of a person such as personality, values, attitude, learning, and thinking, and they affect an individual's behavior. And finally, organizational factors, which includes physical facilities. Physical infrastructure provided to employees at work, such as clean drinking water, sanitation facilities, space and ambience, influence employee performance and behavior. Next, reward system. When an organization adopts a good reward system, employee performance increases. Third, leadership style. When a leader affords sufficient freedom to employees and is supportive, employees report higher levels of job satisfaction. And finally, let's understand the difference between nature versus nurture. Nature refers to heredity and nurture refers to environment. Nature and nurture are interdependent and play significant roles in an individual's development. Heredity limits the extent of an individual's development, while environment governs the extent of development within the limitations set by the heredity. Example, if a person possesses the genetic material to be tall but is undernourished, he or she may not grow to the extent possibly genetically. It is difficult to say whether heredity or environment has greater influence on an individual's development. Example, physical attributes such as hair color and blood type are inherited, whereas other factors such as health, personality, and behavior are influenced by both heredity and environment. Thus, the contributions of nature and nurture in terms of influencing an individual's personality vary from person to person. Thank you.